Hey, what's up? Okay, today is another trading recap. The video is coming a little bit late because actually I had to work last night at 12 midnight. Actually, it's early this morning, right? So, let's get started. Today is 31st May 2025, but basically the trading day was actually on 30th May, right? Which is yesterday on Friday. So as you can see here, there are multiple setups that are actually located, but mainly is a loss. Let's see here. This eventually went to break even, right? Okay, so we'll start off the day first. Basically, same routine. 9 AM. This is where I started. Right, started work for the day, but I think I'm not too sure what I was doing. Oh, I was working from home because I had a midnight shift, right? So basically, this is what happened on the Friday morning. Initially, when I was looking at the market, it looks quite choppy. There's no, how to say, specific market structure that I can refer to. So end of the day, I didn't take any trade. Waited for it to play out. Now when this happened, right? This one. So this is a low, right? Then it's this one. Yeah. What I'll do is this. Then now it actually came down. So notice my strategy is usually after it break the low, I want to retest and then go lower, right? So that's the reason why I actually draw up these two particular setup, right? Okay, so we'll wait for the candle to hit my setup. Okay, so it's been going down, so I was waiting for some kind of retracement. So this is the retracement that I was looking for. Okay, then waiting for the bearish signal. Okay, basically these three candles are pretty small. I wouldn't consider them as part of my setup or entry criteria. But end of the day, this candle happened, right? There's a wick on top, so that shows that there's actually no more buying strength, right? Based on this wick, right? Basically the wick means the price actually went there before, but end of the day it retraced back and actually it even closed lower. So this was a good entry point in my honest opinion. But when I saw this, it was already too late. When I located this, I think the candle was already in the move. Something like, yeah, I missed this particular candle. I think it was already around this setup here. Right. So end of the day, it break, right? Then it make even a lower low. But then these two candles actually looks quite legit in my opinion. That's the reason why I drew up this particular setup. But end of the day, as you can see, right, it was choppy, it was consolidating. End of the day, it actually hit by SL. So take a look here. So now, when it's actually going upwards, right, technically I would like to close my position when it closed above this. But I think again, it just blasted its way through. Boom, yep. So it blasted its way through, immediately hit my stop loss. So I took actually a negative 1R here, right? So this was actually a London session trade that I actually took because I just wanted to try out a London session trade yesterday. But end of the day, it didn't play out for this particular scenario. Okay, so that's -1. But actually, usually London session, I will take only half a position size. But end of the day, if I'm going to do my calculation, right, like my back test, I just want to keep it uniform that all my results I just keep it as 1 full R. Okay, although this is a negative 0.5 R. Okay, so moving forward, what actually happened was candle just went on and on. I had a meeting, right? I have a real life working meeting between 2:30 p.m. 2:30 p.m. until about 4 plus p.m. By the time I reach home, right? By the time I reach home, I think it was about, let's see, where is the 5 p.m. So it's 4:30, right? So during the meeting, technically I didn't see any particular setup. At the same time, I was in the meeting, I was focused in the meeting. So I was the one running the meeting. Okay, so we'll just let it go on and on and on. Then eventually I noticed that, okay, it's actually kind of consolidating here. So I actually didn't really bother looking for a particular setup. But then notice, I actually drew these two lines here. So basically my mindset at that point of time, right, I was looking up for a long position now. Actually, I do have some lines at the bottom here as well, right? I deleted it because it didn't break that zone. But basically, I can leave it here. Take a look. It just ranged up, down, right? It tested here, but it didn't close below, so I didn't take it as a break of this particular candle here. Okay. And eventually it broke. It broke, right? So once it break, I was actually looking for a retest and go down. That is if I want to take a short position. So technically this looks not too bad, right? So I let it to like that and come down. Okay, I was waiting for this particular set, but I think it didn't happen, right? Yeah, it didn't happen. When this candle happened, I didn't take any trade, any position. Okay, and at the same time, notice that there's a 8:30 p.m. news. 8:30 p.m. there was a high impact news. So all the more, I'm always avoiding news. I never want to trade news because news is very, very unpredictable. Even after news, the market might still be a bit volatile per se. But usually I'll just wait for about 10 minutes after the news. Then that's where I start to look for another position. Okay. So the news is at about 8:30, so about 8:40, right? Yeah, my position was actually 8:45. Okay. So this actually broke here, right? This candle broke this, but it was just before the news candle. Then eventually this candle here, which is actually what I decided as my entry candle, it broke this as well. Okay, so that basically what happened was, what I was seeing is here, then it broke, retest, and go. So just based on this, it actually meet my criteria already. So that's the reason why I opened up a trade here. So just to recap, right, I want to repeat this every time I do a position or do a recap, because I want to drill this in to my audience mindset. Once you decided where you want to take the trade, okay, determine where is your stop loss. So my stop loss will be here, slightly below. So now my stop loss is 936. Okay, then we'll open up, same thing, your position size calculator. Always calculate your lot size to limit your risk. So it's 100,000 account, it's a 1% risk, so it's risking 1,000, then it's 936. Okay, is it 936? Yeah, 936. So the position size is 1.07. Later I can show you my trading terminal. Let me open it up first. I want to see whether I really take a 107. Yes, I did take a 107. So later I'll show it to you guys. Okay. How do I close this particular window? Close. Right, so calculated 1.07. So what you need to do is set a limit order over here, this line here. Okay, set a limit order. Maybe this is a bit hard for you to see. Is here. Set a limit order here. Set a limit order for 1.07 lot. Then let the trade do its thing. Of course, when you set the limit order, right, don't forget to set your stop loss, which is around here. Okay. So next candle, it actually tapped me in, then it went downwards, retested, alright, slowly movement. Then after that, this candle looks good, so I was like, okay, looks like money is in the back. But then at the same time, always remember, the market doesn't owe you anything. Alright, it does whatever it wants. You are at its mercy, in my honest opinion. Okay, you are at its mercy. So I just leave it as it is, and at the same time, I think what was happening was I went to sleep. Yeah, cause I had a midnight shift, so I wanted to get some rest. So this timing is about 9:05. Actually, I went to sleep at about 8:30. Yeah, 8:30-ish to almost this timing is when I went to sleep. I took a short nap. Then I just let it be. But end of the day, it reversed and eventually it stopped me out. Okay, that was unfortunate. So I woke up. I woke up when I heard the alert sound. Because I usually what I'll do is I'll set the alert here. I'll set an alert at my take profit as well. Take profit and stop loss. So whenever it happens, then I'll go. When the alert pings me, I will go in and review what has actually happened. Then I will decide what I want to do. Okay. So always use alerts to your advantage. If you know that there's a certain position that you want to go in and take a look at the setup, Then you set your alert there and you can actually go in to take a look. Now, when this happened, okay, that's when I decided, screw this shit. I took an L already. But of course, I usually take 2 trades. I can take up to 2 trades based on my own rules. I can take up to 2 trades, maximum of minus 2% loss. So this is also another minus 1R. So now it totals up to minus 2R. Okay? Because of this, and now it's this. So the reason why I leave it here is later I'll cover. I want to show you what actually happened here. Okay? Because this was actually the original position that I wanted to take, but because I missed it, that's the reason why I decided to take this particular setup. So now on hindsight, I think what actually happened here was actually, in my opinion, I think it's some kind of psychological issue for me. I was actually in FOMO. I wanted to ride the trend because if you realize, right, my strategy is really going with the trend. I will always zoom out, take a look what is happening. Okay, this is a downtrend, so I wanted to take a downtrend. So over here, I presume that it actually retest and came down. So that's the reason why I took this particular trade here. But nevertheless, let's move on. Okay, there's multiple lines here, so I don't want to get you confused. So now you know the reason why I took this trade is because it broke these 2. So now I'll remove these 2 as well. Okay, this line is here because I was waiting for it to break, retest and go down, but it didn't. It broke. Then it came out all the way and break the other 2. So that's the reason why I didn't take a short position. Now the chart is cleaner. Okay, let's carry on where we have stopped. End of the day, I went to the work site, right? I went to office to collect the company van. Then about this timing, that's where I was already driving on the road and I actually saw a setup. And I was deciding whether should I even take it. Okay. But the thing is, when I was thinking about it, more or less, I might not be able to handle this trade properly because why? I'm actually going to work, right? Number 1. I don't have time to really go and focus on the trade. So maybe my judgment during that time, managing the trade might not be the most optimal. So end of the day, what I did was I hold it off. I hold the resistance. Actually, I already calculated the lot size of my phone. I was already so ready to take the trade, but end of the day, I decided it's okay. Let it go. Let it go. But then I just put the trade here because I wanted to see what actually happened. Did it really play out? Right? Because at the same time, what I'm doing now is, previously I did back testing. Now I'm doing a forward testing. So I want to see doing forward testing, because forward testing and back testing is really very different. So let it go, let it rip, and it ripped. Okay. So when this happened, technically this is my entry, because basically what happened was, this was the setup that I was looking at. So higher high, a lower high, then here to here, then it came all the way down. This is what I was saying actually. Then it retest and it came down. So basically, based on market structure, it seems like it actually presented a setup. And basically, this was where I wanted to actually take a trade. Stop loss, I'll tell you why I put it here. Okay, basically by right, in my rules, I wanted to put it here or here. But notice, if let's say this is my entry, and if I put it here, my stop loss is about, let's see here, it's already 3,195. That's too big. I don't take 3,000 stop loss trades. Then here, it's about 2,002. Also, I don't take a 2,002 stop loss. The maximum I will always go is only 2,000. Right? So when that happens, that's what I'll do here. I'll just change it to 20k. So now it's 2,000. That's the reason why my stop loss is around this level here. Okay. Now, once you have this, same thing, go back. If let's say you want to take the trade, right? Go back, calculate this 0.5. So this is where you want to start to key in your lot size. Put a limit order here, 0.5. Set your stop loss $1,000 away, then let it rip. By the end of the day, I decided I was on the road. I didn't want to get distracted. Of course, safety is a concern as well. So I didn't take that particular trade. Watch what happened to this trade actually. To be honest, it didn't even went into profit. Okay, it went into profit once, upon the entry candle, and after that it just remained in the red zone. Right? It's just trying to prove me wrong. That's okay. Like I said, right, the market does whatever it wants. End of the day, I finished work at about 4 AM. By the time I reached home, it's about 4:30 to 5. Right? When I saw that, the market closed at around. Okay, this was when I stopped looking at the market. I decided that's all. I'm going to sleep. I'm very tired. But I left it here because I wanted to see what actually happened in the future. So that's the reason why I put it here. Okay. So this basically is not a winning trade. It's definitely a losing trade. But at this timing, by right, 10:35, I'm supposed to exit the trade at midnight. So no matter what, I'm at a loss here. When I exit here, it's still at a loss. Okay. So I'll just remove this because I want to keep only the trades that I took. Okay. So now, the reason why I left this here, okay, this was a legit trade. This was a legit trade that I took. So basically, I took minus 2R. The reason why I left it here because this was the original trade that I wanted to take. Then I wanted to see if I held it until midnight, what happens? Okay, if I held it until midnight, technically it is a profit. Yeah, I'll actually have a profit instead of a loss. Okay, once this candle happened, I am actually on break even. Okay, on break even. Then candle did this, it came up. By right break even, I'm supposed to already exit the trade. Right? But because this candle happened at one particular immediately, right? So I don't think I was able to actually react to put my stops to break even if I'm really in this particular position. But end of the day, if let's say I left it as it is, if I didn't close at break even, I left it as it is. At midnight when I close it, I will still be in, let's see, is actually this candle here. I'll be in a 0.54 profit end of the day. So I just wanted to do this exercise to see whether was my initial analysis correct or not. In my opinion, this is 50-50. I don't think it's correct, but I don't think it's wrong as well. But yeah, so be it. So end of the day, this is the two minus 2R that happened. Okay, and I want to show you something else as well. Okay, I have this Excel sheet here. So basically, what we have been doing for the past few days, for the past few videos, is that I'm actually doing forward testing. That's number one. I'm recording how much is my losses. But of course, based on this, if you want to go and do your calculation, you have to zoom so far back, right? My back testing results started at here, about 12 November. So I actually did a playback until 12 November. I tested every single day. Of course, there are days that there were no trades, but once I do all this, I actually recorded what happened, and I actually have an Excel sheet. So this Excel sheet is not in the SharePoint. If you want, I can give you guys a copy if you ever wanted it. But end of the day, what I'll do is usually I'll put the date of the trade. Okay, this is a formula field. Then I'll put what is the maximum loss or profit that I took for that day. So that's -2. Anything negative will be in red. Anything positive will be white in color. Okay, so now the month has already ended, 30th already. So I think I can do my tabulation of results. So there's a total of 19 trading days that I took. Out of 19 trading days, so we'll plug in the number here. These are all my statistics. Out of the 19 trades, okay, what is my total P&L? Oh, sorry, it's actually here. Yeah, here. Unfortunately, this month is a -0.52. So let's put that -0.52. Okay, it brought me down. Previously, it was 30% win rate. 30% profit from November till date. Okay, and how many losing trade is there? So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 losing trade. Okay, then that means I have 10 winning trades. So it's a 50-50. So this is a win rate calculator as well. I want to calculate what is my win rate across the long period. So I just want to know whether does the strategy that I'm using, does it have an edge? Can I make profit in the long term? And just based on this, you can see it seems profitable, right? I'm profitable my win rate is about 61.2%. Right? My PNL so far in how many months is this? This is 7 months. In 7 months, I made 29R. I don't think it's too bad, right? Of course, the January was really bad. What I noticed is usually the beginning of the year is really, the market is just plain horrible. So I took like 13 losses in January. But there are good days, like for example on November I took 11 wins, only 3 loss, 78% win rate. April, 72% win rate. That's very good. Alright, so I think it's good. All in all, I'll just carry on with my recording. So next one will be May. Now it's going to be June 2025. Okay, then I'll just format here like this. I'll put this empty. Right. Then this one I'll just put a sum of this whole thing. Same thing, right? This is also a sum of this whole column. This is also a sum of the whole column, and sum of whole column. Why does it have a decimal point? Weird. Oh, it's supposed to be this. Yeah. Let's see. This is this. So end of the day, if let's say right, by the end of June, what happened was, let's say I made a 5% profit out of I took a total of 20 trades. If my win rate is about 5, then my losing rate is about 15. Okay, you can see that my win rate will be 25%. Then my win rate actually dropped from 61 to about 50-ish. Okay, so this is just a very simple calculator that I also did just to record my backtesting results. Okay. So this is something that I believe every trader, if you want to be very serious in trading, you have to do this particular sheet. So if there's nothing else, right, I think I have covered whatever I want to cover today. It's 5 p.m. on Saturday. I'm going to church soon. And I think the next video will only launch in Monday, right? When the market opens, I'll do another trading recap video. I think there's no idea, I don't have any content that I want to put out over the weekend, because after all, there's nothing much for me to say for now until we have some followers and they start putting in ideas, the questions, then I can answer the questions in upcoming videos, maybe on the weekends, that kind of things. Okay, so if there's nothing else, I'm going to take my leave. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye bye.